What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Hitting the Field. We have a very special Season 21 finale. Obviously, it's the day before. I'm in Chicago, Illinois for the Bears game. We're going to be asking some fans some questions, but in our finale today, we will be doing a potential NFL GOAT debate. I'll be rebuilding the Miami Dolphins, get some Dolphins fans' opinions, and then finally, I'll be recapping some of the top 10 plays over the last 365 days. You won't want to go anywhere. Let's get into it. What's your name?
Michael.
Flea, Westside Flea.
Romo Dunze, what's your favorite player?
He's just great at catching. I like his name, and he's cool.
Yeah, I totally agree. I loved him out of college. Where did Brandon Marshall go to college?
Oh, I want to say Miami.
It is in Florida.
It's in Florida. Okay.
It's better than Miami.
It's better than Miami.
Finish the lyrics. Things gonna change when I really.
Roma Dunze.
All right, now finish the lyric for me. Things gonna change when I really
Hit the field.
Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.
And welcome back, guys. It is the next day. We are here in Orlando in our Nicholson studio. And I'm joined by 2 guests that were on last week for our penultimate episode. To my right, Austin Lamanna. To my left, Austin Suarez. Lamanna, how are we doing?
I'm doing great. How about you guys? How are we doing today, y'all?
Good.
I'm wonderful. I'm ready to talk some ball.
Absolutely. So for this segment, it's going to be super duper fun. We're doing a main show, Hitting the Field staple. We're doing another GOAT debate. We've done 2 iterations for the NBA, LeBron versus MJ. We've already settled that. That was Andrew Montana's thing. Now we are doing a hypothetical GOAT debate, Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. Okay, Tom Brady undoubtedly is the GOAT. But Patrick Mahomes, great career thus far, and we're going to find out, is he going to be the GOAT? Before we do that, we just want to hear from the last time that these 2 quarterbacks played in a Super Bowl. They had a nice little one-on-one interview, so take a look at this.
2018, and we celebrated on the field, and I really wanted to make sure I went over and just said, hey, congrats, man, you're doing all the right things. How do you remember that meeting?
Yeah, I mean, you said it exactly. I think for me, the biggest thing was obviously you're Tom, man. You've done this for a long time, and you had that thought process in that moment to come into the locker room, and you looked at me and you said, you're doing it the right way. You keep doing it like that, and you'll have success.
And the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57. It is a dynasty.
There is no better big play quarterback in the world.
You have this amazing ability, obviously, to improvise.
Mahomes, magic.
You have such great technique when you're throwing on the run, especially to the right. You're always inside. I always call that inside, where you're kind of inside the frame of your body, and that ball just snaps off.
That's stuff that I work on. I use those hips and that like that obliques muscles to really rotate through there.
Yeah, I've seen you work on those on your little IG posts, and you move it around. It looks so good.
Well, the people will see the dad bod. That's for a reason. It's the obliques. I'm getting them right.
We got to keep a little padding there. We're getting hit all the time. They don't understand that. We can't look like all those receivers all the time.
Great stuff right there. They have a pretty good relationship, pretty cordial, being opponents, obviously. But so we're going to jump right into this debate now. Austin Suarez, he does not think that Mahomes will end up the GOAT. So I want to take as much time as you need, couple minutes.
I'm very curious to hear this.
If you would like, defend why Tom Brady will never be dethroned.
Well, as a Dolphins fan, it really pains me a lot to say that there's nothing that Patrick Mahomes can do, he can do, she can do, they can do to dethrone Tom Brady. And we're going to start off with one of my favorite stats, and that's how each quarterback has performed in Super Bowl losses. So in Tom Brady's 3 Super Bowl losses, he threw a total of 1,047 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 pick, and in Patrick Mahomes' 2 losses, 565 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. and say that Mahomes, in the first 9 seasons of his play, has acquired way more passing yards than Tom Brady, but we can attribute that to today's pass-heavy offense in the NFL. So what I have here with me is a list of Tom Brady's stats of the last 9 years and the stats of the last 9 years of Mahomes' career. So Brady in the last 9 years threw 52,305 yards compared to Mahomes' 34,701. In the last 9 years, Tom Brady has had playoff wins, up to 18 playoff wins. This does not include any playoff wins before 2013. To Mahomes' 17. To drive the point home, he's played a total of 335 games with a 649 to 212 touchdown to interception ratio, 3 MVP awards, 7 Super Bowl wins, and 5 Super Bowl MVPs. And to further drive the point home, I'm going to be that guy and cite longevity.
Do it.
Tom Brady wins.
He's played 23 seasons, which is just unheard of for a quarterback. 23 seasons. No one has done that yet. We have some vets in the league. We have Matthew Stafford. We have Aaron Rodgers. But no one, at least thus far, has been like Tom Brady.
Yeah, no one quarterback has won a Super Bowl at the age of 43. And to be honest, guys, I don't think another quarterback's going to win the Super Bowl at that age.
That's pretty fair. And he does have the all-time record for most regular season wins. So, but that goes to his longevity.
Yeah.
He also, kind of in your favor, Tom Brady had a lot of great defenses in New England.
This is true.
So, I'm going to step back, though. Why is Patrick Mahomes going to end up being better than Tom Brady?
So before I go into that, I do want to give a small little shout out to Tom Brady. Come on, this guy's had 7 Super Bowl wins. That is impressive all on its own. Not to mention, he also did a little video for our high school graduation.
Did he?
I kid you not, Seminole Ridge High School, our girls flag football team, he recorded a little video, like a 30-second video on his phone, and sent it. We played it during the graduation. That was very cool. Our girls flag football team did great. But I just want to give that a little shout out. Now on to Mahomes. Mahomes, this is a great player. Come on. Mahomes has been to the Super Bowl 5 times in the last 7 years, and he's won 3 of those. Come on. Patrick Mahomes is only 30 years old right now. Tom Brady is 48. Keep that in mind. And I want to go into, first of all, I want to start off with Tyreek Hill. In 2022, when Tyreek Hill left, everyone thought that the Chiefs were going to have a wash season, you know? Kind of like the Dolphins right now, unfortunately.
Yep.
And,
Rest in peace.
and he proved everybody wrong, you know? He went in and they kept going. And then, boom, 2023, 2024, boom, won both Super Bowls like it was nothing. Come on. And not to mention, no disrespect to Brady, but he dominated the AFC East in the 2000s, which has the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Bills. Keep in mind, like, none of those teams
Three pretty terrible teams at the time.
None of those teams have won a Super Bowl since, like, before 1995.
Yeah.
And that is, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still tough teams, obviously, but they're not that damn tough. And, I mean, you compare to what Mahomes has had to deal with in the last 7 years. He's gone to the AFC the last 7 consecutive years. He's gone to the AFC. And not to mention everyone he's been dealing with in the AFC West with, obviously, we got the Broncos with their elite defense. I mean, come on, that is not easy to deal with. Not to mention the Chargers with Justin Herbert. There's a reason he's paid $265 million.
Very much.
There's a reason for that. And, I mean, you could tell they really, Mahomes specifically, he puts out every single game, he gives it his all. And, I mean, he has almost the same exact stats on a lot of things as Brady did when he was 30 years old. And another thing I want to bring out with Brady is the AFC wins. I mean, granted, Brady has, let's see here, Brady has done multiple AFC wins, but most of those were literally before the first iPhone came out.
Yeah.
I mean, keep in mind.
He's an unk. I mean, we know that.
Yeah, but keep in mind, though, even with the whole unk thing, he literally was going up against teams in a completely different era. Teams that, for the most part, were primarily easier to go up against. Mahomes has a lot harder of most of his seasons now have been a lot harder than Brady's had to deal with.
Yeah, well, and it does raise some questions because Patrick Mahomes, he has Andy Reid. He has a great coach. But Brady also had Belichick. And we've already played the game of was it Brady, was it Belichick? When Brady went to Tampa, when Belichick went to UNC, and now they're doing terrible. They also had their number 1 tight ends, Travis Kelce and Gronk. So it's pretty similar, and I think it's just that Mahomes has had so much success early in his career that we're even having this discussion. Because, and frankly, I think Mahomes and the Chiefs could go they are going to the playoffs this year and could go to the Super Bowl.
Right now, they have like an
Austin
18%
Suarez.
chance right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing about Tom Brady is this man has had 3 different Hall of Fame careers. In one career, 2001 to 07, pretty early on in his career, 86 wins, 197 touchdowns, 26,364 passing yards.
Again, though, it was a different time. Before the first iPhone. Well, Nick's a little bit different. I mean, I was born in 2005. Most of us happened before I was even
born in 2004.
But Austin,
there we go.
that was a time when the NFL was a way more run-heavy, offense, smash-mouth football. Brady, in a time where the run game was so dominant, was able to beat Joe Namath's touchdown record.
This is true.
And then we go to 2008 to 2014, 73 wins. That's more than my man Kurt Warner. 195 touchdowns, more than Ken Stambler. Is he done yet? No. 2015 to 2021, 83 wins, 232 touchdowns, more than our man Troy Aikman, with 31,262 yards, more than Terry Bradshaw. Yes, I will say that he had a lot of luck in the AFC East. But we remember that last couple of years of his career, where did he go? He went to the Bucs, he went to the NFC, and he absolutely tore it up and dethroned Mahomes, kept him away from a three-peat, destroyed him in the Super Bowl.
And we all loved to see that. And the only thing, because right now I'm leaning towards Brady winning. I'm sorry.
There is
Austin,
one last thing I do want to
Okay.
mention with Mahomes.
Okay.
Number 1 in passing yards per game in NFL history. Okay, so one thing I want to
In a
mention.
pass-heavy offense time.
Most career passing yards in NFL history. Not to mention, I also want to mention their game against the Texans in 2018. I don't know if you guys remember this. Chiefs were down 24-0.
Yes.
Okay, that is no recovery right there. So, and they won. So that's something I want to bring up real
So
quick.
he's clutch. We know that. Brady is also clutch. Mahomes, he goes to a world-renowned quarterback specialist. So we will see many years down the line. Hopefully he can pull it out. But I'm declaring the winner, Austin Suarez, with Tom Brady staying as the GOAT for the time being at least. But that's going to do it for this segment. Thank you guys for coming on. The
Thank
finale.
you for having me.
After this, I switch places with Stephen Ross. He's out of here. I'm rebuilding the Miami Dolphins, and we're going to have some guests give their opinions, so don't go anywhere. Sorry to interrupt your show, but I want to give you a little rundown of everything we do here at the Hitting the Field Network. My name's Nick Cohen, and I'm the host of Hitting the Field, our flagship show heading into season 21. Live streaming every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we talk about anything and everything sports. Tuesdays, we have season 3 of Girls Got Game. Hosts Katie Sue Christensen and Mia Flores discuss all the biggest topics in women's sports. On Wednesdays, make sure to tune into season 7 of The Combine, hosted once again by Ty Patton. This podcast dives deep into every detail about the NFL season. Next on Thursdays, we live stream season 11 of HTF Bets, brought to you by Andrew Gregg, Diego Ortiz, and Ben Huber. Any sports betting questions? I'll let the pros answer those on Thursday. Then TGIF, because we have new episodes of season 9 of Nighttime, hosted again by Matthew Bracker and Kathleen Moore. Nighttime keeps you up to date on all UCF and collegiate sports. And ultimately, Edgar Rodriguez and Patrick De Leon are back for season 2 of HTFC. Soccer is a year-round sport, so make sure not to miss HTFC. Lastly, end your week on Sundays with our vlog squad, asking the hard-hitting questions and letting you behind the scenes of our studio days. Make sure to follow us on our social medias like Instagram and TikTok to stay updated on all HTFN news. Remember to subscribe to the Hitting the Field Network on YouTube. Leave a like and comment, and with that, I think we're ready for your next segment. I've been Nick Cohen, and enjoy the rest of your show. And welcome back. Joining me are 2 fellow Dolphins sufferers. To my right is Francisco Vera. To my left, Jordan Evans, who we haven't seen many times this season, but he made it for the finale. How are we doing, Jordan?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah? And then Francisco, how are we doing?
I'm doing amazing, especially after that Bills win yesterday.
Yeah, so, I mean, we might as well jump right into it. The Bills lost to the Dolphins. How many times have we said that?
Shocker.
Not many. At least in the last, 7 years?
Last
Has
not
not
many
2022.
Not many
insane. 30-13. This is our Super Bowl of the season thus far, so we're gonna talk about it. 30-13. The Dolphins won. They absolutely killed him on the ground with Devon Achane. Josh Allen did dot us up with passing yards. He had almost 300 yards, but he also made some mistakes. The Bills had 3 total turnovers. Thoughts on this game initially, Francisco?
I will continue to say this. Josh Allen sucks.
Okay.
Sloppy.
He did win
football.
MVP last year. Jordan, any thoughts? Talk about Devon Achane just going off on the Bills.
Oh my God, monster! Reminds me of Jay Ajayi back in 2016.
I love Jay Ajayi. Lamar
Love
Miller. We could go down a rabbit hole of niche Dolphins stars, but this game was amazing. And also, Dolphins now improved to 3-7. The Bills 6-3. I want to say.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
6-3. 6-3.
So, look a little shaky so far.
Yeah.
And then the Dolphins, they lost the time of possession in this game. So it just brings up questions of how did they even win? Because they also had 2 turnovers. They held onto the ball a whole lot less. They had nothing going on through the air with Tua. It was pretty miraculous, but I'm happy about it.
Yeah, it's the budget Miami miracle.
Yeah, I will say though, it does not save the Dolphins from a rebuild. As much as I would love to say it, that we will, win out and boom, now we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm not an idiot. So this team still needs to be rebuilt, and that's what I'm here for. Before we do that, take a look at some of these press conference clips from this season from both Tua and Mike McDaniel. Absolutely disgustingness, tomfoolery. Take a look.
I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature.
I need to do a better job supervising all of the orchestration within our multiple personnel groups. So to win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20.
Yeah, so that stuff makes me sick, especially that Mike McDaniel one. Just we talked about it earlier in the season when it was fresh. To win, you just have to win. You can't lose. Like, are we serious? Are we really that's an NFL head coach?
That's just it was not serious. It was tomfoolery.
Yeah, and this Bills game, this Bills win does not save him. He needs to be gone. I've been saying it all season. But we already did one step. We're cleaning house. I'm the owner now. Stephen Ross, he retired. I'm stepping in to have a new general manager because we just have an interim guy in right now. I'm bringing in John McKay from the Rams. He's been with the Rams for 10 years. He's in his first year as assistant general manager. He has been in that system learning how to draft well because that's what the Rams do. They draft well. They bring in underrated guys on good contracts, and they don't break the bank. And you see a lot of blue there. We're becoming the Miami Rams, I guess, because the Rams I value as a top 3 team in the league right now.
Yep.
They're doing something right. We're not a top 3 team in the league, so we need to take notes. He's going to bring his boy, Chris Shula. We've talked about him more than once on Hitting the Field this season. Chris Shula, grandson of Don Shula, has winning in his blood. He was promoted to defensive coordinator after their previous defensive coordinator was brought to Atlanta. Chris Shula is the guy. He can be our next head coach and actually be successful. And then also from the Rams, their senior offensive assistant, Alex Van Pelt. Now, this guy was with the Patriots last year, and then obviously Vrabel came in. He wanted a change of staff. Now he's with the Rams. He's part of this historic Rams offense who they have so many. Stafford is having one of his best seasons yet.
Yep.
Puka is doing great. Devontae Adams is still Devontae Adams, it would appear. And then defensive coordinator, I don't know if Anthony Weaver would be calling plays under Chris Shula because he's a defensive guy. But Anthony Weaver, he hasn't done anything bad towards us. So I have him sticking around at least for the time being. And that's how our front office looks. Do we have any gripes with that thus far, guys?
No, not at all. Not
Okay,
at all.
all right.
I love the Chris Shula pick.
I've been saying
really
it.
hope that
I
happens.
remember specifically when we talked about next head coaches, you and Judah, and we talked about Joe Brady. I would love Joe Brady, but it just doesn't seem realistic. Chris Shula, It's in his blood.
He literally has winning in his veins.
He does. He does. He's connected to Miami. And so John McKay's first role as general manager, he is going to be trading Tyreek Hill away. He's a cancer to the team. Trade Tyreek Hill and our next year's second-round pick for Kyler Murray. Okay. Just saying. I know Kyler is not some top 5 guy. I know he's not he is a difference maker, though, in my opinion. I don't know if he's a franchise guy anymore, but trading away Tyreek Hill and then a second, I feel like is worth it because he's undoubtedly better than Tua.
Yeah.
So we do that. Any gripes?
No, not at all.
Okay, so we're cooking so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could probably keep Kyler Murray around as a transitional guy and then find someone, maybe Dante Moore. We'll see what happens in the draft.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to draft a quarterback that early. In fact, we don't because we did do a mock draft here. Really quickly, we're going to extend some depth guys for us. Ifeatu Melifonwu, Rasul Douglas, who has been great this season, was out yesterday. Jake Bailey, one of the best punters in the game. Cole Strange, depth offensive line. Jack Jones, cornerback, and KJ Britt, depth linebacker. Now, on to the draft. We're going to bring in, with our first round pick in this, as of yesterday, we were picking number 4 overall. We're selecting out of Ohio State, Arvell Reese. This guy is just a great player nonetheless. And then in our second round pick, we take Caleb Lomu, who has been great opposite of Spencer Fanu at Utah this year. And then we do trade back. We just acquire some 5th round picks later with the Bengals, and we select another edge. We have a nice corner. I'm a big fan of Zachariah Branch. I think he would fit well in the Dolphins offense. And then just some depth guys down there. I think Jacob Rodriguez is a steal down the board at linebacker for us. And that's kind of how our draft would pan out. And then really the big free agency signings that we would have, because we don't have much money, would be Brevin Jordan at tight end. He would be our next tight end. I really like that. It's not some splash in Mark Andrews. It's not even Isaiah Likely, but Brevin Jordan. Bring back, I want to know your guys' opinions on this, Christian Wilkins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I agree.
Please.
I agree.
Okay. He's a free agent. Why is he still a free agent?
Well, I mean, that injury.
Yeah. But, he was great with Miami.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We didn't re-sign him because he was too expensive.
Bring him in on a veteran minimum.
He was a locker room leader.
Yeah.
And he anchored our D-line until Zach Sealer was able to come up and start, making his rise to, start being a captain for the Miami Dolphins defense.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea. Jedrick Wills, depth tackle, and then Cam Curl and Roger McCreary being brought over by Chris Shula from the Rams defense just has to happen. And then since we're trading for Kyler, we might as well sign out of free agency Christian Kirk and Zay Jones, who he has thrown to in Arizona to round out our receiving core. And then we just signed Connor Hayward as a depth tight end behind Brevin Jordan, I think would give us a pretty nice offense without Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
So do we have any issues with anything so far?
Not really. I'm actually very in favor of getting rid of Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. He's just so bad. And, Mike McDaniel, he removed the Papa shot from the locker room, and you know what? We won in our first game without it, so maybe that was just the issue. But I think Tyreek Hill is a whole separate issue.
Wait, you're telling me there was a Papa shot in the locker room?
Oh, yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah,
No,
just
I
like
did
how
not.
the Ravens, they said no more fun time in the locker room. This is happening now. And we have a lot of guys that we're just going to let walk. We do have 4 tight ends. That all of our tight ends on the roster are free agents. I don't think we re-sign any of them. And then just as cut casualties, I think we let Nick Westbrook-Akine and Bradley Chubb walk.
Yes. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Okay, so that kind of does it for the rebuild. I think it sets us up in a good place for success the next year. It doesn't put us in a full-on restart. It's just a retool, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been through rebuilds years and years and years. It's time for the suffering to stop.
I agree.
It's good that we're doing this as a retool rather than a full-on rebuild.
Yeah, I would agree. And unless we have anything else to say, unless we're against anything I've done or any other moves we want to shout out, I think that does it for the segment. Anything else, guys?
I want to say that I completely agree with what Jordan was saying.
Yeah.
I think that we do not need a complete rebuild. We just need a retool. We have the star power to kind of contend if we can bring in more people to complement what we have. But I don't think a rebuild is necessary.
No, I
just
completely agree.
bring in those guys on maybe lower end contracts to kind of be placeholders for potential draft capital in the future. And then I just want to add on to what you said.
Sure.
Juju Brents. If he
Yes.
keeps on playing the way he played against the Bills, I think we can sign him to a team-friendly deal so we can bring in more talent as well.
I completely agree. Big fan of him. He's been great this year.
Yeah.
But we are going to call it there. Dolphins, next thing you know, we're just going to be the 1 seed next year. This season's over, but we'll just restart. Number 1 seed incoming. But thank you guys for coming on the finale. Super fun. And then for our final segment of season 21, we'll be recapping some of the top 10 plays of the last year. So you won't want to miss any of that.
To the 7th inning stretch. My name's Scott Harris.
And I'm Augie Aronson.
And we're going to be covering the World Series games 1 through 4 between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Game 1 in Toronto here as Trey Savage is on the mound, but Kike Hernandez singles up the middle, giving the Dodgers a 1-0 lead. And a Will Smith RBI single gave the Dodgers another run. But Dalton Varsho ties this baby up at 2 with a 2-run blast to deep center field. In the 6th, an Ernie Clement single with the bases loaded scores 1, and an RBI walk by Nate Lukes, and an Andres Jimenez RBI single sets the table for this absolute dong shot from Addison Barger, blowing this game open with a granny, giving the Blue Jays a huge lead, which they would hold on to, and they win Game 1, 11-4.
Let's go to Game 2. The Fresh Prince, Will Smith, opens up the scoring for the Dodgers with a shot to center field, sending Freddie Freeman home. Then the Fresh Prince again with a solo shot. Max Muncy then adds to that with another solo shot in the top of the 7th as well. Yamamoto pitches all 9 innings, and the Dodgers take Game 2, 5-1.
Game 3 as the series moves to LA, as in the bottom of the 2nd, Teoscar Hernandez gives this puppy a ride to deep left field, watch the bat flip, and gives the Dodgers an early lead. In the 3rd, an Ohtani bomb to deep right field gives the Dodgers a 2-0 lead. Then the biggest bird, Alejandro Kirk, steps up and drives this ball to deep left center for a 3-run homer. Blue Jays lead in the 4th. Then, sir, we have a second Ohtani bomb to tie the game up at 5, as this game would go to extra innings. And who doesn't love free baseball? As in the bottom of the 18th, Freddie Freeman sends everyone to bed with a solo homer in center field, and the Dodgers take Game 3.
It's Game 4 now. Shohei Ohtani starts, but Vladdy Guerrero won't have it. It's a 2-run dinger. Andres Jimenez now up 2 men on in the top of the 7th. Bondo lets up another line drive into center field. Varsho scores, helping the Jays tie the series at 2.
Thanks for watching the 7th inning stretch. Now back to your regularly scheduled HCF programming.
Rookies, they've brought us in and taught us everything they know. Now to be on here on the biggest stage. Be able to hold that Lombardi trophy and do it on my birthday and Saquon's birthday. It's pretty crazy. Score a touchdown. I was trying to find the fastest way to the end zone. Luckily, I got some blocks out there. I had to avoid some of those big guys. But, it was just our defense working together like we have all year. And it just fell right into my lap.
And that was Cooper DeJean. We're watching the play right here. He picks off Patrick Mahomes, who we just talked about in segment 1, potential NFL GOAT. We're saying no as of right now, but he was just picked off by Cooper DeJean in the Super Bowl last year, and Eagles fans like Kathleen Moore and all the other birds were going crazy. This was just it was a top 10 play of the year, in my opinion. Any thoughts, guys?
All I gotta say is that's my king, Cooper DeJean, right there. I love Cooper DeJean. He's great for the sport, honestly.
Okay.
And just like seeing everything unfold around the Chiefs is just a beautiful thing to see. I don't care if it's an Eagles win. It's just a beautiful sight to see that Cooper DeJean was part of that process and getting that pick 6.
Yeah. As we welcome in, obviously, Scott Harris to my right and Augie Aronson to my left. Great job on 7th inning stretch. We talked about the World Series last week. Now you get a more in-depth breakdown of the first 4 games. So great job. I hope you guys are doing well. But Augie, any thoughts on the Cooper DeJean pick 6 in the Super Bowl?
Shout out Jason Sehorn. That's about all I got to say. If you know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say.
All right. Well, with that, we can just move on to number 9. This is going to be this is a great moment here.
We're not ranking them? You're just...
Oh, no. I already ranked them. I already ranked them. You guys have no free will here. Roll the highlight. Number 9, Asia Wilson in Game 3 with a game winner. Not to spoil it, but watch this play unfold.
Shout out Bam's girlfriend.
Bang! 0.1 seconds left. Puts them up in the WNBA Finals. Gives them a 3-0 lead. Obviously, they end up winning the series. And that's back-to-back champions for the Aces.
That was a tough bucket.
It was. And we're going to get many looks of it right here. Yeah. But Bam Adebayo's girlfriend, as you mentioned, they're a powerhouse couple.
Yeah.
And
they kind of play alike. They kind of look like Bam in the post a little bit. They kind of play. You think they're like training and they're like showing each other post moves and stuff?
They might be.
I think I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
I just think it's a legacy-defining moment for Asia Wilson.
Yeah.
I think that she just proves why she is the face of the WNBA right now. I mean, it's just defensive dominance and offensive takeover. It's just an offensive takeover all through and through. I mean, Wilson controlled both ends when it mattered most this game, and then she just solidified that effort with that final 3.
Yeah, she did what great players do. That's why she's a 3-time MVP.
Yeah,
exactly.
I was going to say, I mean, like, we kind of expected it, but she put the Aces on her back, and they won back-to-back. Now, moving on to number 8. This is a play that I know our assistant producer, Jared Tagenhorst, is not a big fan of because it happened to his Bears. Roll the highlight. Number 8, Jaden Daniels, rookie of the year, a Hail Mary. He's running around in the backfield, almost gets sacked multiple times, and he just lets one absolutely fly. How many yards is that? That's almost 70 yards. Gets tipped, and Noah Brown's sitting right there. There's one thing that cannot happen on a Hail Mary, and it's that. These are not supposed to go to plan, and they win the game because of this.
Yeah, I had inside information here from close sources that told me Jared Tagenhorst was actually crying when this happened. So, yeah.
That's honestly so fair. Scott, what happened to the Bears secondary in this? Tyreek Stevenson, we saw him. He was talking to the fans beforehand.
Video, the YouTube phone videos that came out on Instagram and YouTube, everything of him like talking to the fans
instead of
was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
He is arguably the sole reason why they lost the game.
Because it was his man, yeah.
Exactly. And I think I'm really hoping Jaden Daniels comes back healthy from his injury this season. But I really think it's something it's a thing you're going to remember when you're watching it. You're going to remember that play from Jaden Daniels. And I think it's a spark for a season full of up and downs for the Washington Commanders, especially when it's been south for a few years. And I'm really hoping that they pick up soon, especially with plays like that and proving that Jaden Daniels has the ability. I'm hoping he comes back from injury strong, showing plays like that once again.
I completely agree. I mean, that Commanders offense has not looked the same since last year. Terry McLaurin also having an injury-riddled year, but even when he's played, he hasn't been great. Jaden Daniels, same kind of story.
You telling me Marcus Mariota isn't a competent quarterback?
You got that right.
I'm kidding.
We're going to move on to number 7. It's everyone's GOAT. We talked about it earlier in the year.
Montana.
Everyone's GOAT. Hopefully you're watching, Andrew, because
I love you, Andrew, but still, this would be number 1.
LeBron James, first, roll the highlight, okay? First player in NBA history to hit 40,000 points. We see it right here against the Nuggets, who I hate as a Heat fan, and just beautiful. Just absolutely lays it in. And
take advantage of Michael Porter Jr.'s defense.
Never pass the rock.
Although he is having a career high of assists, so
he is.
MPJ is swinging the rock a little bit, but I mean, 40,000
Well,
points.
he's on a different team now, so maybe it's a system. I don't know. But 360 into a finger roll layup for LeBron, first player, as we mentioned, to hit 40,000 points.
I just want to prepare you guys. Sure. Unk defenders out there. LeBron James is the GOAT.
Yeah.
He is the GOAT. He is the best player in NBA history. He is better than Michael Jordan. I don't care. Argue with a wall. I'm not listening. La, la, la. He is the GOAT. And, I mean, it's just 20 seasons of dominancy on every single team he's played for. Of course, he's on the downslope of his career, but I know Augie wants to fight with me, as he always does. But
we already said we're not doing a GOAT debate.
No ball if it hits you in the face.
Yeah,
that's all
right,
I'm going to say.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I don't need to.
You know what? You can give yourself a minute to defend.
I don't need a minute. Scott knows who the answer is deep down. But look, Hey.
No, he doesn't. He seemed pretty passionate about LeBron.
Yeah, okay. He scored 40,000 points. Whoop-de-freaking-do, okay?
Did-
There's no
did
defense.
Michael Jordan?
There's no defense.
No.
Because Michael Jordan was so good that the league had to suspend him. But
Michael Jordan-
because of gambling.
Michael
okay?
Jordan was
Michael
on a
Jordan was
super
so good
team.
he went pro in a second sport.
Michael
super team.
LeBron.
Oh,
tell me.
D-Wade, Chris Bosh, Anthony
I
Davis,
can't compete. Tell me LeBron.
Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love was the man.
Post
for a while
Timberwolves. Kevin Love.
Don't
Tell
disrespect my goat, Kevin Love. Do
That's
not disrespect Kevin Love. Kevin
not-
Love does not deserve that disrespect.
Not my goat. You can't tell me that LeBron wouldn't have been a star NFL tight end.
I'm not
if
saying
he
LeBron
decided to
wouldn't have been. I'm just saying, did
Right.
LeBron go
So-
pro in a second sport? No.
Whatever.
All right.
Okay.
You made your point.
Whatever. We said we're not doing this, so we're not doing it. Scott, I'm with you on LeBron.
Thank
now,
you.
number 6. This one was super recent. November 2nd, 8 days ago, just over a week. Cam Little, roll the highlight, hit a 68-yard field goal. That is the NFL record. He hit 70 yards in preseason. Look at that. He's basically in the other end zone. His leg is just insane. Punt returner there because they didn't think he was going to make it. They should have known. 70 yards in preseason. Now it actually counts, and he has the record anyway.
Shout out to my fantasy kicker. They got me a lot of extra points for it being a long field goal. And the new rule they made with the difference in the K-balls being broken in this season has really made a big difference. It's not only Cam Little, he's got a massive leg, but all these other kickers too. Field goals are just getting pushed back and pushed back more. Sooner or later, we're going to be at the point where you get one first down, you're in field goal range.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying by any means that Cam Little is the best kicker in the NFL.
Yeah.
That goes to Chris Boswell. I know he missed yesterday, but it's
I
still
think
Chris
this-
Boswell.
We're not doing another debate because it's.
Oh no,
Brandon-
I'm
it's
not. I'm
Brandon
not going.
Aubrey.
I'm
It's Brandon
trust
Aubrey.
me. I'll hold off. But this is the best thing to happen.
They're the best
to
two, though.
This is the best thing to happen to the Jaguars since Blake Bortles.
That's so
Oh,
fair.
UCF goat,
That's
Blake
so
Bortles.
fair. Well, so Brandon Aubrey's the best kicker, but Cam Little might
Hey.
have the best leg.
It's 1A and 1A, him and Boss. But yeah, no.
That's fair.
Cam Little
That's fair.
definitely has probably the strongest leg.
That's
in the
fair.
NFL.
So that was a great moment, and it wasn't talked about enough, I feel
No.
like. There was so many good games that weekend that Cam Little breaking the NFL record was just swept under the
It
rug.
was probably because, like you said, he hit a 70-yarder in preseason. So,
Yeah.
it's the NFL record, but, he's hit further in a game.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's probably why it was kind of swept under the rug a little bit.
Well, so just wait until he hits from 71 at the end of the year. Now, moving on, we're
what about
cracking
67?
We're cracking into the top 5 with Denzel Clark. His epic catch, as it says right there.
This should be
you
number
guys are
one.
so
Some
excited.
baseball
This
action.
This
Yep,
should be number
yep,
one.
Unfortunately, yep. So roll the highlight
Scott and
because
I
I'll let you guys talk over this
Scott,
one.
we could have made a whole video of this stuff. You got the Angels versus the Athletics. First of all, what a battle of the absolute worst teams in the league. But this was the greatest catch I have ever seen. I mean, you see his reaction here as he took the home run away. This was the greatest catch I've ever seen. The guy's not looking when he catches that ball, guys. He is not looking. You want to talk about the sandlot? He just sticks his glove out there. His head is turning. That's the greatest catch I've ever seen. And what's even best about this is he made 3 catches like this in a span of 2 weeks. So Denzel Clark probably has the best glove in the outfield.
And you got to see that athleticism there, where he's actually holding himself up by one hand to not dive over the wall and basically have a home run of Denzel Clark himself.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, going over the wall. But I mean, it's just athleticism, truly, and just
100%.
hand-eye all around. It's just an insane catch.
This would be my
Well,
number one.
I
Now,
love this.
there's plenty of moments on here that justified being on the list, of importance. But of just
Yes.
pure athleticism, like
That's
LeBron, 40,000 points, big mark. Cam Little's field goal, big mark. But just out of pure athletic play, this would be my number one.
That's fair. That's totally fair. But we have to move on to number 4. We can't spend all day on number 5 because it only gets better, in my opinion, at least. Now, Nikola Jokic, we know
goat.
how
No, I'm kidding.
we know how good Nikola Jokic is, and he just does anything, does whatever he wants, and it goes in. Well, look at this play. Because from 3 quarters down the court, I'll shut up for a second. 3 quarters down the court, what is that? And it's nothing but net?
He might be the
I mean,
greatest.
look at that.
He might be the greatest, toughest shot maker we've ever seen.
I-
It's you know how many
100%.
times on Instagram where you see the meme where your team plays 23.9 perfect seconds of defense, and Nikola Jokic just throws the ball above his head and it's a bucket. He does that so many times. He's probably the best tough shot maker
It
we've
looks
ever
so
seen in the NBA.
effortless.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Serbians are going crazy right now. I mean, this is the best thing to happen to them. I'm talking about the best thing to happen to different programs, but this is a whole country that I think Nikola Jokic is representing
And
here.
the guy doesn't even care about basketball.
No,
he doesn't.
He just wants to go home.
And hey,
Racehorses.
Bo Nix, as it says there, needs to take some notes because that was insane accuracy right there. We're going to move on to number 3,
Shout
though.
out to Matthew Bracker's trash show there.
We're talking about golf on hitting the
No,
fields.
not McElroy.
Unfortunately, we
Ooh,
already
this is the first
have.
time.
Has it been this
Oh,
season
no,
or was it
we
last
talked-
year?
we talked last year
I
about-
think it was
yeah.
last season. Yes, I suffered through that, but we're gonna remind myself about it. Rory McIlroy won the Masters. It had been 11 years. Let's look at that. Let's look at the moment when it happened. Now, it had been 11 years since Rory won a major tournament, and he did this, and he got redemption because he missed the putt earlier, and there he is. Just so much relief for Rory. Just falls to his knees, and he is instantly emotional. This was such a great moment for Rory.
Yeah, this is not a monkey getting taken off your back. This is a whole African safari jungle or safari animals getting taken off your back. This is probably the biggest thing that happened to golf, and probably since Tiger's win in 2001. This is
Well, I mean,
the most important thing.
Scott, like
in the
Rory,
golf.
with that win, became one of only 6 golfers to win all 4 major tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, I won't doubt that it's historic, but I was really rooting for Bryson DeChambeau
Of
there.
course.
But
I feel like most people were.
yeah, no, I mean, it's absolutely great. I think Rory McIlroy is the greatest golfer that we've seen since Tiger Woods, and his mark will definitely be left on the golf community.
It was just a collection of 11 years of just pure misery from one guy. You could just see
it all melted away.
Yeah, when he just sank to the green, like to the floor, you could just feel and see all of the tension just float away, and that was what makes this clip
You
so
could
great.
see his career just flash like
Yeah.
right before his eyes. It's great.
So maybe not the most athletic performance we have on the list, but it is a fantastic moment nonetheless. As we move into number 2, the penultimate ranking here, the penultimate
Favorite
play.
word.
It might be. Tyrese Halliburton had 2 game winners in this past year's NBA playoffs. First one, let's roll the clip.
Felt like way
First
more.
one, he was so clutch.
Yeah.
First one, game 1 versus the Knicks. 5 seconds left here on the clock. He goes to the basket. Then he remembers, wait, I need 3 to win it. He steps behind the line, bounces up, and it's in. Just like that Kawhi Leonard shot on the 76ers those couple years ago. This was so clutch, and he just hits the choking emote right there. And then brings you to the finals because he carries them there. Another game winner. Game 1 of the finals. No one expected the Pacers to win this game by any means. Tyrese Halliburton, one of the clutchest players in the league. Sucks that he's injured this year.
I mean, I can still feel the electricity through the screen watching that play. Still, even when I was watching it live, it was just like I just had goosebumps. My hair was raising. My gosh, Tyrese Halliburton. It sucks that they didn't come out with the win. But yeah, I mean.
Kind of reminds me just the clutchness of like Ray Allen in 2013.
Posh, back out to
But
Allen.
we're not going to.
Bang!
Yeah.
But
we're not
yeah,
gonna
no.
talk about that.
Iconic.
The shot was, he was terrorizing people. It almost, for me, like, I think it was enough to terrorize Knicks fans to almost make them forget about Trae Young.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, there's no Knicks fans right here to be hurt by that. But it created so many nicknames for Tyrese Halliburton that we're not going to repeat.
That we can't
But we cannot.
Now, can I talk about an honorable mention real quick?
Please do,
Sorry to
before
interrupt.
we get to 1.
Alex Ovechkin, 895 goals.
Yeah, I'm
that's
kinda
all
surprised
That's
this
all
isn't
I
on the
really
list.
got to say.
Not a
That
big
should've-
hockey guy,
That
but
maybe should have been on the list, but I can understand why it wasn't. It's hard to oversee.
The best part was his celebration slide after.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite part of the whole video, but yeah.
I agree. No, that definitely noteworthy. And then also, not as cool of a moment, at least in my opinion, but in the same NBA Finals, the Thunder won their first franchise
Absolutely.
championship.
Yeah.
They did beat the Pacers, obviously. But so those were some good honorable mentions. As we get to number 1, Kathleen is going to be salivating at the director desk. Saquon Barkley with the reverse huddle that everyone has seen. If you haven't seen this, what are you doing? Get on social media. Get out from under the rock. Let's play this clip.
The Madden cover?
Yeah,
It
I
is.
think that's like one of the best Madden covers.
Speaking of Kathleen, I could hear her through the communications devices, so I can already hear
Let's
how
play the clip.
excited
Come on.
she is.
Let's stop talking about it. Let's just watch it. First of all, amazing season by Saquon Barkley. Catches a pass out of the backfield. He evades a defender. 360's another one, and then he's just on a spin cycle 360 hurdles, first person to ever do that. And as we mentioned, Madden cover, it was so clip-worthy. Just got a feel for this guy, the defender, because he is never going to live that down.
It's probably the last time a Jacksonville Jaguars player is ever going to be on the cover of Madden.
I would say so.
Yeah, I love how they had like a stunt double for him too, like play him with his jersey on. That's gotta suck.
It should have just been the real
That's
guy.
gotta suck as him. That's gotta suck.
But yeah, I mean, I already said the Denzel Clark one-hand catch would be my number one, but this would be my number two. But the list was pretty good in my opinion.
Of course, yeah.
I have no bad feelings about this list.
Good. So that was our top 10 plays of the year. We did the last year because I've been hosting Hitting the Field for 2 semesters now, and this was the final episode. So thank you guys very much for coming on. Oh, I appreciate you guys. It was great.
We love you, Nick.
We
We're
love
gonna
you,
miss
Nick.
you.
Thank you for everything. But I need to give some shout outs before we end it. I had 2 assistant producers this season, Jared Tadgenhurst and Katie Sue Christensen, who you can see on Girls Got Game tomorrow. Make sure to watch that, and thank you guys for everything this season. Thank you to all the guests who came on, everyone who has helped with graphics. For this show, Austin Suarez made some fantastic lower thirds for us. So just shout out to everyone this season. It has been a great one. It's been one to remember. Season 21. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you. You won't see me, but you'll see someone here, a new producer, new host in the spring for season 22. Have a great, safe winter break. Oh, and our trivia show next week. Make sure to tune into that same channel where some of our seniors, including myself and many others, will be competing in a trivia show. So tune in next Monday, and then we will see you in the spring. Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.